Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Nikia Style. Today we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to cut and sew a backless bubu. So the first thing we need to do is we need to fold our fabric into 4. As you can see, you are going to fold it into 4. Alright. After folding our fabric into 4, make sure it's the wrong side, alright? Then we are going to get the measurement we are using, okay, our full length measurement. The full length measurement we are using is 40, alright? And you are going to measure 40 plus 2 inches for your hemi allowance. 2 inches is our hemi allowance and 40 is our full length allowance, alright? After folding our fabric into 4, we are going to roll it, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to measure our back measurement. The back measurement we are using it 8 inches, okay? So we are going to measure your back measurement, mark it, and you are going to measure your sleeve measurement. Alright, so the sleeve we are working with is 10 inches, but because our fabric is not enough to add the hemi allowance for the sleeve, so you can decide to add your own hemi allowance, which is 2 inches. Alright, so our hemi allowance is not enough, so I only use 10 inches that is in the fabric. So your back measurement plus your sleeve measurement, that is what we are going to measure there. Then we are going to measure our neck line. So the neck line we are going to work with is 3 by 3. You know the front is higher and the back is low, is backless. So that means we are working with 3 by 3 measurement, 3 by the width and 3 by the length, okay? And after getting that, for the back measurement, you are going to measure your waist measurement, okay? So for the backless back that we are cutting, you are going to measure your waist, your shoulder to waist measurement for the back, okay? Shoulder to waist measurement, and the shoulder to waist measurement is 16. You are going to measure 16, and the place where your 16 ends, you are going to go inside and mark your waist divided by 4 measurement. The waist we are working with is 26. 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. So you mark your 6.5, which is going to serve as our shoulder to waist measurement, and you go inside and mark your waist divided by 4, okay? Don't forget, for the back is your waist, your shoulder to waist measurement, and go inside and mark your 6.5, and for the front is 3 by 3. And your shoulder to waist measurement, after marking it, you are going to connect it to the shoulder line, okay? The way I connected it, you connect it to the shoulder line. That's it. At the sleeve line, you are going to mark 9.5 inches, okay? 9.5 inches at the sleeve line. You're going to mark 9.5 inches. If your sleeve, your arm is big, just use 10 inches, 11 inches. But if your sleeve circumference is like 10 inches, 11 inches, you can use 9.5, okay? And if you want it smaller, you can use 9 inches or 8.5 inches. So after doing that, you are going to give it a little bit curve. After marking your 9.5, you're going to give it a little bit curve and connect it to the down, to the full length, the down part. And after doing that, we are going to cut it out. We are first going to cut our neckline, the 3 by 3, cut it out, cut the shoulder line. After cutting the shoulder line, then we cut the sleeve, the place we marked the sleeve line, we cut it out, and the place we curve, the curve, make sure the curve is not too much, okay? Just curve it a little, then we cut the curve line out, okay? After cutting it out, we are going to remove the fabric inside the front. We cut the front together, the neckline, we cut it together. So you will remove the one that is inside so that we can be able to cut our back. Okay, then you cut the back out. Make sure you use your ruler to trace it first. All right, so we are going to cut our back out. Okay. After cutting it out, then we are going to cut the belt that we are going to use for the back, because the back has inner belt that is going to make it look snatched. So we are going to cut it out. To cut the inner belt, it depends on your waist. Just cut your waist in two places. Your waist is 26, you can cut 20. The waist we are using here is 20, so you can cut 20 inches. The waist we are using is 26, sorry, so you can cut 20 inches in two places, or you can just cut your waist measurement in two places. All right, fold it and cut it. You are going to use 1.5 by 1.5 or 2 inches. Okay, so you fold it in and cut it. You fold in and measure 2 inches or 1.5. Okay, and the length is going to be your waist measurement in two places. And for the belt, for the rope we are going to use at the neck, so you can just cut a 1-inch measurement and you can use 20 inches length. Okay, and you are going to cut an interfacing for the neck of our front and back. Okay, so we are going to cut interfacing for the neck for the front. You cut the interfacing. Okay, fold your fabric into two, just a little, and cut it the way I did here. And for the back, because our fabric is not enough to cut the interfacing for the back, so we are going to use bias or a tiny fabric to cut our back. Okay, so just put everything together, the front, our two fabric, everything. So this is how to sew it. We are going to place the interfacing on the right side of the fabric, on the right side. This is the right side, this is the interfacing. So that means right side will be facing right side. All right, the interfacing, you can put ST on it, but the reason why I'm not putting ST on this interfacing is because I'm just sewing it. It's my personal clothes and I'm just sewing it. It's not for customer or for my clients. So, but when you are cutting your interfacing, it's best to put ST on it. All right, either ST or stay. Put it on your interfacing to make it stay a little. So we are going to sew it around the neck. So this is it. After sewing it round, we are going to notch it. So when we are done sewing it, we are going to notch it round, notch the neck. So after notching the neck, I'm going to top stitch it. Okay, I'm going to top stitch it. So I will stop top stitch it. I've already top stitch it. You can see. So if your fabric has paper, like your wrapper has paper, don't remove it yet. Remove it after you are done. So when you are ironing it, because it might be difficult for machine to run it over. Okay, so we are going to iron it and we are going to sew the back piece. Okay, so this is, we are going to iron it and sew the back piece. So for the rope, we are going to sew the rope. This is going to be the rope for the neck. We are going to sew it. Okay, so after sewing the rope, we are going to sew the belt for the waist. Okay, we are going to sew the belt for the waist and turn everything. We are going to turn the rope for the neck and the belt. We are going to turn it to the right side. Okay, so guys, we have already turned the belt for the waist and the rope for the neck. So you are going to turn it, sew it and turn it to the right side and iron it. Okay, so this is it. Then we are going to sew the back. For the back that we got, we are going to sew it, and to sew it, we are going to place, so to sew the neck, we are going to cut a small piece like this and use it to sew the neck, to fold the neck. Is either you use bias or just use a small piece to fold it inside. Okay, the rough edges. And to do the rope we are putting at the neck, we are going to place it first at the right side of the neck. Okay, make sure you leave half-inch space up. Make sure half-inch space is up. Make sure half-inch space is up, because that's what we are going to use to sew, to join both the right side and to join the front and the back piece together. And we are going to place the piece. I'm going to place you can see that the rope at the neck is down, then I now place another fabric on it, or your bias. So we are going to use it to fold it inside. So after folding it this way, after using bias or fabric to sew it on the right side, then we are going to fold it to the wrong side. Okay, make sure you put the bias, the rope on the neck before you put the stop. So after sewing it this way, putting bias or anything or fabric to sew it like this, we are going to fold it to the wrong side and stitch it down. We're going to fold it to the wrong side like this and stitch it down. Okay, so guys, we have already sewed it down. We have sewed both. This is the waist. We have sewed it down. Okay, we have sewed the neck down, and you can see the rope for the neck. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the belt, the inner belt for the waist. We're going to put it at the edge of the waist. Okay, we are going to confirm if our waist is still the same. Okay, here we are going to confirm it, and we are going to place our rope here, our belt, inner belt. We're going to place it here. You can see we have placed one. We're going to place it here. The way I marked, place it here too. The two places that I asked you to hold is going to serve as our waist. We are going to sew our belt there. Okay. So we'll place our belt there and sew it down. So guys, I've already placed the belt. This is the belt for the waist, the inner belt for the waist. I placed it on the wrong side. Note that. So after doing that, then we are going to place our front and back piece together. The shoulder, we're going to sew the shoulder together. This is the back and the front piece together. We are going to sew the front and the back together, the shoulder. We are sewing the shoulder together like this. And note that I asked you to leave half-inch space before you put your rope, the neck rope. So the half-inch is what you are going to use to join the front and the back piece together. The front and back piece is together. We are going to weave this piece. All right. Then we're going to fold the shoulder in, the sleeve in. This is our sleeve. I'm going to fold it in both the front and the back side. You can fold it in with any inches, but I'm folding it in a little, just half inch, because the fabric was not enough to add any allowance for the sleeve. All right, so after folding the sleeve in, then we are going to join the side together, the front and back. So we are joining the side together. This is the side. Okay, we are going to join everything together. All right, join together like this. So what is remaining, we have joined it together. You can see it. So we are going to hem the down part. The hemming allowance that we added, the 2 inches that we added, that's what we are going to use to hem the down part. Okay, we are going to use 1.5 to fold it in, because we have already used half inch up to sew it to join the shoulder. So that means we have 1.5 inches left to join the down part. So we are going to fold it in with 1.5 inches. Okay, so we have 1.5 inch here. So we are going to fold it in with that 1.5. We already fold the down part of the hemming allowance. I've already fold it in. So what we are going to do now is we are going to iron it out. Then we are good to go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share our video, okay? And turn on your notification button for our weekly tutorial. Thank you. Bye.